Hey everyone, how you doing? Day 14 of Jen's 1096. Welcome, welcome, welcome again. And here we are on day 14. 2 weeks of blogging, vlogging, sharing my journey to my North Star of creating a retreat in my 5-bedroom house overlooking water to run retreats around masculine and feminine energy. And I realized that it's not just about that, creating that retreat or the series of retreats or running a retreat center. It's actually, when I think about it, it's actually creating a community because I'd like to bring people along with me. I'd like to be able to affect so many people and enroll people into my ideas about how to navigate this world and how to get the best out of this world and to be living a life that lights you up and not be doing the 9 to 5 for 40 years and then die. I want to create a movement, just like Lee Simmons talks about on his podcast, which started all of this journey that I'm on. Not realizing that I've made a rod for my back by doing it on video because I've got to fix my hair, fix my face, make sure my nails are tidy, make sure the background's cool. I've spent must be an hour and a half today on StreamYard, learning about all the different aspects of enhancing this StreamYard and how it looks and how it's presented. And it's lots of different learning points, lots of different things to bring in, and actually activate and access, like an intro and an outro video and the voiceover and doing captions and editing and all sorts of different things that I can actually really do to enhance this journey, this process, this presentation. And it's going to take me a while to start implementing bits and pieces to make it work. But bear with me, it will happen. So what are we going to do today? Yesterday we talked about me messing up my day 12, but here I am. I did the day 13 and I'm here for day 14. Nothing's going to stop me from keep going. And I'm learning as I go along. And hopefully you are learning too. So the Diamonds Life Program, which I'm taking you through with my Diamond Shine framework. And we got to the first, we've only got to the first question out of the 5 magic questions. And we talked about that for a couple of days. Today we're going to look at, what do you love to do? What do you love to do is my question 2. And this is all about you being in a position where you have all the money that you need. You have all the time in the world. There is all the resource, everything that to your fingertips. What would you actually love to be doing? Right? What would you love to be doing apart from what you're doing now? Because if you're doing it now, then there's actually no point in you've already reached your North Star. Yeah, you've already reached your destination. But if you're not doing it now, then what would you love to do? What is the thing that would be a solution to a problem or a service that services people's aspirations? And it also lights you up at the same time. Something that really buzzes you, makes you really feel excited when you get up in the morning, you don't want to go to bed at night. What's the thing that you'd love to be doing? Yeah, what would you do if you didn't get paid for doing it? Because I didn't get paid for doing what I'm doing now for a long time because I loved it so much. I was giving it away. It was just like, oh my God, this is so important to me. I've got to be able to affect this person's life or help these people or start this group. But it's really important to get my message out and help them to do what I want them to do, what I want them to have an amazing life and not getting paid for it, which is ridiculous, really, when I look back and think of it. Because people don't value things when you give it away to them. They really think that it's like, there's not much pain or skin in the game, so therefore it can't be worth much. So I've really learned a lot about charging for my services. And then if I charge enough, I can actually give the overflow to people, do a pro bono situation to people who are really, really in need, and they don't have the resources. And I can see that they're really trying and they really want to do something. So I can actually give them a scholarship or do pro bono, but I then would have the resources to be able to do that and not live on air. Would you still want to do it if you were in prison, this thing that you want to do? Or if you lived in a palace with all the money in the world, would you still want to be doing this thing that you love to do? Are you doing it right now? Have you got any plans to do it in the future? Is it a secret burning desire? I've got 2 secret burning desires, and because they're selfish, I think they're really selfish things. I'm not activating them at the moment, but I will be doing those in the future. I'll tell you about them a bit later on, okay? When I go through what would I love to do, okay? What does your heart want you to know? So this is a point where you actually sit in meditation, sit quietly, and not be doing something because mommy and daddy says, or your teacher says, or your guardian says, or your boss says, or your wifey or your hubby says. This is something that you need to think about really deep in your soul, really check in with yourself and think about what would you love to do for the rest of your life, day in, day out, to get that buzz. Challenges come up and you still want to do it. You get like a point where it's really sort of repetitive and boring, but you still want to do it. What would that be? What would that burning desire be? So I want you to journal about that. Write down in your journal what that would be, and then maybe share some of it in the comments below this video. Yeah. And when you get to a point where you've thought about what you want to do, write down how you feel about it. How do you feel? How do you want to feel when you get there? The buzz, the vibe. Well, how do you want to feel? Yeah. So let me go through mine. Right. Let me go through mine. What would you love to do? And my this is me, but you can't see the writing. But mine's, I'm always adding more to it, more things to it, because as time goes on, because I normally start these things in January with a certain idea. Some of the things I bring with me from the previous year, but sometimes I bring new things in and I add to it. So I'm not just sticking to the one thing and it's like, that's the only thing I'm ever going to do for the rest of my life. And, there's other things that come in and I think, I fancy that. I fancy doing this. And I think that would bring me joy. I'm sure this would light me up. I think that would be a mission. Yeah, so I bring these other little things in, but there's usually one overarching theme to the thing that I would really love to do, and I'm doing it. So there you go. Okay, so let me read Jackie Norrie style. Okay, I love to inspire people to do. Oh, and when you're writing what you would love to do, yeah, write it in the present, like you did with the who do I want to become? Write it in the present as if it's already there. Really feel into it as if you're already doing it, yeah? And then that will help with the manifestation process, because you'll get into your psyche, your subconscious, and the body will believe that you're already there. You're dreaming into it, you're feeling into it, you're becoming it, you're identifying with this particular being, person, thing, doing that you're doing, yeah? Okay, I love to inspire people to do what they love and enjoy their time on earth. Yeah, I love to see the light in my clients' eyes when they have the aha moment. Oh my God, it clicks. The moment of solving their problems, of finding a solution, clearing their anxiety, their pain, their emotional angst. That's one of the things I love to do, is clear pain, anxiety, emotional angst, because I love the modality of EFT, that tapping modality that shifts the emotional charge around unwanted emotions within the body that are held in the body. But I'll talk to you about that another time. But EFT is one of my special gifts. And when those emotions and those shifts happen in my client, I love that, when they actually feel there's a shift within their body and they get that release and a relief from the pain. I just adore that. And I even have that for my own self as well. I love coaching. I do. Bringing all those important questions to my clients so that they can go deep and answer and find the answers within themselves. Because even myself, I don't ask myself those questions. Even me, I have to have a coach. And I won't work with a coach who doesn't have a coach. Because when you're in the frame, you can't see the picture. When you're being this person with all the jumbled up thoughts and the everything that's going on here, it's really difficult to get a clarity. So if you've got someone outside of you who can ask you the questions or point out or give you a different perspective, it's much easier for you then to streamline and for you to then focus on what's really going on within you. And then it comes out, and then you can take the steps to go forward to make this happen. Just bear with me 1 second. Excuse me, let me just take off my top. I've had to turn off the air conditioning because it was making a noise, and the fan was blowing all my papers around. So I'm getting really hot. It's probably about, I don't know, about 34, 35 degrees now outside. Even dark, it's really hot. And the humidity doesn't help neither. So, excuse me for doing that. Anyway, I love coaching, and I am being an A-class, highly effective coach. I am aiming to have a retreat center owned by me or hired here in Costa Rica. So my thing is to have a 5-bedroom house overlooking water. It could be that I buy it, or I could hire the home. Okay, it could be I'm renting it, but we'll see when we get there. But the whole thing is to actually have a retreat center. Okay. And the retreat center will be focused, well, the retreats actually will be focused on helping men and women to navigate their masculine and feminine energy and their sacred space within themselves, and to be able to communicate effectively, connect and understand themselves and others, knowing their masculine and feminine energies, how they navigate that. Yeah. Also understand what will truly make them happy and fulfilled, freeing them from the social and cultural programming. Okay, release them. Forget what mom and dad said. You know, what's really going on for you? What would you really love to do? What's going on? What do you want? You know, let's make that happen for you. Let's clear those blocks so that you can be free to move forward. Okay, so allowing themselves to be authentically doing what they love with whomever they please. And it's aligning them with, and it's aligned with them. So I can't read my writing here. Sorry about that. I love cooking, gardening. I love my music. I love putting music playlists together. I love putting on parties, entertaining. These are the kind of things I love to do. Yeah. I love watching old movies, rom-coms and action movies, like really old movies, like black and white movies. I love driving in the countryside because it feels like freedom. I love driving. I mean, a lot of people don't like driving. I can't be bothered to drive. Don't like it because they're a bit scared, but I actually love driving. I love being free to do what I want to do. Freedom is my top value. When we get to the values, mapping out your values session, I'll tell you what my values are, and then we can do the values comparison together. Yeah. I'm passionate about beautiful interiors. Now, that's one of my big passions is interior styling, interior designing, creating beautiful homes, creating sacred space. I even designed a coaching program about decluttering and creating sacred space, which I'll run through a bit later on as we go through these years. I'll go through that, but that's part of my Diamonds Life program as well. The beautiful home, your diamond domain. Yeah. So I love that. I mean, if I could get the opportunity to do that every day, I would do that every day. That's something I would do for free. I love people watching as well. It's really fascinating how people interact and how they perform and what they do and what they say. I love watching people. and watching people's behavior. I love reading good novels and personal development books and business books. And my secret burning desire is to be a DJ. Even at this age, I still want to be a DJ. I love it. I'm always the one at parties. If the music isn't going quite right, I get my iPhone and I get onto Spotify, link it up with the Bluetooth, and then I've got some party tracks that keep you rocking until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I would also like to be a movie actress, which is another burning desire. But after the mess up I made with with day 12, I've decided I'm not going to be a good movie actress because I didn't repeat what I needed to say on day 13. I left a lot out. Anyway, and I love being in water. I love being in the water. Even though I can't swim, I love being in the water. So this list is going to get added to with all the things I love to do. And with this, it's like going through everything and choosing the one thing that you'd love to do as your main North Star, the main thing that you're going to do for next year, for the next 3 years, for however long you choose to do it. But I'm using this as my thing for this year, yeah, because I do this program every single year. So the thing I'm doing this year is to start looking at getting my retreat center started, so doing some research around that. But the one big thing that needs to be done by the end of this year is to create an online program, which I haven't actually put on here yet, so I'll write that. Create an online program from my program, Reignite Your Brilliance, which is an 8-day live program, an 8-week program. So I'm going to put that into a package, make it into an 8-module program, put it online so people can actually access it and have all the worksheets, the journal prompts, my videos, everything to take you through the 8 weeks to help you to reignite your brilliance so that you can be an amazing manifester and be able to manifest the life that you love and living a life that lights you up, being in your brilliance, being sovereign. Okay, so that's what I'll be working on for the rest of the year. Okay, so I'm going to add that on there. So that's it for now. So hopefully that was useful for you to see what I've done, but you don't have to write the kind of things I've written. You write it your way, what you love to do. Okay, just an update on what's going on here in Costa Rica in my beautiful 2-bedroom house that I've moved from the casita to here. I'm not going over there anymore because I've actually captured the cat, and the cat is now living with me very happily. He goes out and he comes back. He's all over me. Every time he doesn't see me, he panics, and then he tries to find me. So that's a good sign that he belongs to me. Yeah, I'm really happy that he's with me. It's nice to have some sort of company, especially when you're living on your own. And living on your own is like the thing that I don't like is the silence. Yeah, so I always have my music on. I've always got a podcast on or some music or video on, so there's some sort of presence that I can hear. I'm not just being on my own. And then when I'm in the silence, I get into the meditation, and then I hear my angels and my ancestors and my guides talking to me through my meditation. So even in the silence, I'm looking for something to not make me feel alone. Anyway, and actually 2 people did say to me that I did talk about, I was going to talk about what home means to me. I will be talking about that when we get to module 2, which is the I in the diamond, which is illuminate your desires. So I'll be going through the 8 life areas. So then I would then be talking about what home means to me and what a sacred space is and all of that kind of stuff around home. Yeah, so it's going to be really interesting. If you've got any ideas around home at that time, then you could pop it into the chat. So for now, if you've got questions, if you've got any comments, I really thank you and I bless you for taking the time out and the patience to go through and be here with my JenzTEN96 on day 14. And thank you for enjoying the other videos. Some of you are really like, whoa, Jen, this is amazing. This is incredible. And well, keep going, well done. And I'm so happy because it really makes my heart full to know that what I'm doing is making a difference to people, and you're getting something out of this as well. Oh, and that was a thought as well. When I'm thinking about doing this for me, my journey to 1096 days of vlogging about my journey, it doesn't fill me and thrill me as much as when I think about doing it for you guys. When I think about doing it for you and getting a message across to you and whoever's watching, that really makes me buzz. It's think, oh right, somebody's going to get something from this, and hopefully the message comes across, and I'm going to inspire someone to make a difference in their life. That really lifts me up and makes me think, oh wow, I've got to make this thing happen. But when I was thinking about doing it for me every day and just having it as a journal, for me, it's like, oh, you know what? It's not so important. But when I've got somebody watching or people watching, and I've got to be accountable, and I've got to make a difference, and I've got to say something that's going to be meaningful, then it's like, whoa, yes, I'm going to keep going. So thank you for making that happen. Anyway, at some point, as I said, it will be a live stream, and I'll be able to interact with you guys in the comments, etc. And bear in mind that I will be creating a membership, a community, and I'm going to create a wait list for you guys to join the wait list for when the actual membership starts. And I'll be putting all my juicy programs in there, all my wisdom in there, and then I'll be interacting with you guys on a one-to-one basis, maybe once a month, maybe twice a month, where you can actually talk to me, have a hot seat, and we can work through any of your issues that are going on. Even we can do some EFT tapping to clear whatever's going on for you in those sessions as well. So that's another plan that I've got. I've got so many. Oh my gosh, how am I going to get them done? With your help, together, with love, we can. Thank you. See you later.